there, Glads fans, and welcome back to our continuing coverage of training camp for the 2016-17 season. I'm Chris Treft, and this is day number 2 of training camp, and I'm here with your captain, number 17, Derek Nesbitt. Nezzy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Trefty?
I'm doing very well. Better now that it's hockey season, and I'm back and be able to talk to you. So how was your summer, first off? We'll start that off that way. Aside from the game of hockey, you get some time off after a long and stressful season. How was your summer?
It was good. This is probably the first time I've went about 3 months without putting my gear on, but I think that's a good thing. Obviously, the older you get, the kind of less you really want to be on the gear and pounding on the joints in the summer. But I did a little bit work with the youth hockey over at the Cooler in Alpharetta, so I was still on my skates, but just not the grind it is putting the gear on every day.
So you're coming into another in training camp. This is your 12th season of professional hockey coming up. So you've been through many of these, but it's a brand new year. What do you think so far?
It's good. I think the first couple of days have been pretty solid. It's nice to get out there. You got to get rid of the rust in the summer. Not only the rust, but the habits in the summer. That's the biggest thing. The things that work in summer hockey aren't going to work, come season, and definitely not in training camp. So you try to get out of those habits, get back into the game, into the pro hockey mode. And, it's trying to be crisp as possible, get to know the new guys, get back with the old guys and get rolling. You
decided to come back for another season of professional hockey. A lot of guys around this point in their career look for other things to do or go into the coaching ranks, but you're still playing, and you're still playing in Atlanta. Why did you decide to come back for another season?
Being home now, obviously, helps that decision. Me and my wife, this is where she's from and grew up. And this is what we've made home. But besides that, it's you talk to a lot of friends that have played and maybe ended their careers early or are still going or whatnot, but they, don't finish when, you can't say you're done when you're not. Like, I think as long as I can still contribute in my game and at a high level, I think, I don't really have an expiry date per se. Like, I don't know. I get asked a lot when I'm going to play till it kind of becomes a discussion with all your buddies around the same age. But, there's no real reason other than it was natural for me to keep going.
You just love the game that much?
Yeah. There's nothing else I really want to do right now. So, this is it. This is it.
So a guy that did what we just were talking about, he went from a long playing career and then now to the coaching ranks. The new assistant coach for the Gladiators, Nathan Oystrick. He's a guy that you have a relationship with. You played hockey with him in Peoria in the American Hockey League. So talk about him and what he's going to bring to this organization.
Yeah, me and Oisy know each other a long time. We played college against each other back in early 2000s when he was at Northern Michigan, I was at Ferris, so we had the same conference, so we saw each other a lot there. It's one of those things you never really played together, but you knew each other enough and respected each other enough from playing against each other. Once you finally meet, it was like you knew each other all that time. And I did. It was about 6 years ago we finally got to play with each other after playing against each other a lot in the American League. Also, he was in Chicago for a while. I was in Rockford, and you seemed like you played each other every other night. So, as a guy and a player, he's as simple as it gets. All he wants is effort. He wants simple things done right. That was his game. He came to work every day. He did every little thing right. So if he demands that, it's a simple demand. As long as we meet his expectations and Brando's, I think we'll be good.
So tell us a story about the unfortunate incident we had with Oystrick and a slap shot.
Yeah, that happened. That was in Peoria as teammates. It's one of the things that happens. He had shot from the point. I was going to the net. There's a pretty healthy tip and a pretty healthy shot too. Kind of struck me pretty hard right in the nose, and that was about probably five weeks out after that. It was a pretty tough surgery, and definitely made for some new headshots for me for the rest of my life.
Well, now to the season at hand. So last year, a great start for the Gladiators, but it kind of tailed off in the end. You ended up not making the playoffs. Kind of a disappointing finish to the season. Brando talked about it yesterday. But what can you learn as the captain and from a veteran like you are from last season and bring it into the new guys? It's a good mixture of returning players as well as bringing in some new guys as well. So what can you take from that and teach these guys?
I think for one, we were top to bottom just a real emotional roller coaster last year, which is okay in some respects. Like I got nothing, I got no problems with guys being emotional, but when it takes over your game, there's a thing to be said about, too high of highs and too low of lows, and we got sucked into that a lot. We'd win 3 in a row and it was like we just won 20. We'd lose 3 in a row, it was just like we lost 20. So it's, in this league especially, you get to play 72 games. It's a lot of games. The odds are you're going to get to play the next night after a tough loss. Go out and get a win, turn it around, but then go from there. Then you got a next game, you got to win again the next day. I think we just got to level off there, and it is little things. It's guys we just talked about on the ice buying in. Guys got to know their roles. It's tough. Guys come out of college. At this level, you come out of college, you come out of junior playing pro hockey, you were probably one of the go-to guys. At this level, there may be someone that's a go-to guy. There may be a role to fill. If you guys accept that role, that's what makes the best teams in this league.
All right, Nesbitt, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you can have success with the Gladiators this season, just like you did last.
Thanks a lot.
He's captain of the Gladiators, Derek Nesbitt. I'm Chris Treft, and this was day number 2 of training camp here on Glads TV.